And we're very pleased that you've managed to replenish your glasses and return refreshed, hopefully. I'm going to kick off the second half with a few more poems, and this is a poem I wrote after I was having a conversation with my friend Lisa, and we were talking about the Bond movies, and she was saying that if she was in a Bond film, she would be not the Bond girl, but Bond. So this is the girl who would be Bond. Cutting the blue world with a knife, you are Bond girl, become Bond. Emerging from the sea, glistening anger, spitting life. You clout silly Bond boy, stick his head in a bucket, brush away sand, stride toward land. You are the Bond girl who wrote her own stories on a shelf in a playroom, unafraid of high places, intuiting her feminist traces. You need no Chesterfields, shaken martinis, Rolex watches, Aston Martins, any kind of boy's own nonsense. You are Bond girl, become Bond, brilliantly unafraid, the girl who would be Bond, stepping out of his shade. I think I must have been listening to a Smiths album when I wrote this one. It's called We Can Never Be Happy Again, but I'm hoping we can. So it's got a nice rhythm to it anyway, so it's not a dolorous rhythm. So we can never be happy again. We can never be happy again, for we have seen too much, too often felt the flutter of the dark evening moth. No song can match the truth of the one we learned to sing when open-hearted morning greeted open-hearted spring, and days ran on giddy legs away to the ocean's edge. Summer had little to do but lean its bike on a hedge. No one can be so perfect as the girl you clasped to your heart, while a disc played on red guitars soared to the top of the chart. Friends remained young forever, their beauty outshone the moon. None among us would die, not in any million years soon. We can never be happy again, we can only hope for the best, that love redeems dreamers like us, damns the ungodly rest. I went to an exhibition at the Hayward Gallery by a Cuban artist called Ana Mendieta, and she was born in Cuba, but at the age of 13 sent to America because her parents were fearful of the effects of the revolution. But she returned 20 years later, and she found that she really identified with Cuba, and that's where she found the voice for her art. So if you went to see that exhibition, it was very good. And if you didn't, here's some words about Ana Mendieta. And she wrote that my whole being is filled with want of Cuba. Home after 20 years, the artist fills her heart and art with natural materials, carves sculptures into limestone caves in Yuruco National Park, reactivates Taino goddesses, rescues the black Siboney Venus from an abandoned colonial grave. How the heart longs for homeland, misses the nurture of childhood years, spirited to America at 13 from the flame of revolutionary Cuba into the maw of its bullying neighbor. The artist writes in a poem, my whole being is filled with want of Cuba. Who can blame her? The teenage hurt of being wrenched from home for the sake of nameless fears. She seizes the moment, returns again and again, loves the crocodile-shaped island, bonds with its artists, reclaims her birthright. She writes in that same poem, the art of thinking is to see ideas grow from root to fruit. The island embraces her energy, she offers it the fire of her youth. That's all right. This is a poem, I was thinking about the way my father went to work every day and came home in the evening. I didn't really know what happened in the bit in between. And so I wanted to write a poem to say something about how he was, what his working day was like. And I come from an Irish family. So this is Working Day. I imagine my father's working day, an electrician going on sites to connect future owners to the juice of light. He came home tired, luxuriating in the simplicity of family. My father started early, out and away before we rose for school. Beloved leader until illness spirited him away, and I was found an ill-fitting suit for his funeral. What were his days like? Did he join his mates at a cafe? What did they talk about? The old country, I suppose, where there were a lot of Irish in that job. When they finished building this country, you could find them down the pub. My father's kindred spirits are everywhere. Lean-faced men, grubby from work, useful men who can wire a house, create something true in the truest sense. I imagine my father's working day, the manly-scented reality of him, labouring to build structures that survive. In my father's mansions, there are many rooms. He lit them all. So I'm going to finish with these two poems, and this is a poem I wrote after I heard an interview with a friend of Alexander Solzhenitsyn on the radio, who said that Solzhenitsyn liked visiting Scotland and walking there, and so this is Solzhenitsyn in Scotland. Walking in the rain reminded him he was free. Walking now was freedom. Rain now was freedom. Then walking meant walking to labour. Getting wet was life-threatening. No coat to shield malnourished skin. Only a righteous anger stoking a will to survive. Walking in the rain of Scotland. Not everyone's idea of a holiday. Some prefer sun-kissed beaches. A walk amongst the dripping heather removes one more brick from an enclosure round the heart. Well, it's been quite a balmy day today, summer, an early taste of summer hopefully. So I thought I'd just finish with this poem, in which, before I say the poem, just an anthropological note. In Papua New Guinea, if a poem is read by a man with beard and glasses, it is customary to take all your clothes off. So this is the naked poem, and you can follow that advice if you wish. So, people should spend more time naked. If we all took our clothes off, there will be less differences than you might imagine. Think of those times when awake on a summer morning, you tiptoe to the bathroom naked, blessed only with your fine cloth of flesh, and silkily urinate. People should spend more time naked. Underpants are uncomfortable, brassieres imprison proud nipples, shoes strangle toes quivering to explore, trousers deny sunlight to pallid knees, to genitals, those precious plants of life. Clothes should only be worn out of doors on cold days in Alaska to protect tough lumberjacks from falling trees. Discover yourself. Take your clothes off now. It's warm enough in here to fry breakfast on the floor. Let your fingers do the walking. Explore your neighbour. Explore yourself. Imagine a dog on a winter's day, rolling naked in snow. Think of fat cows at Christmas, patiently standing naked in straw. People should do more things naked. Watch television naked. Drive your car naked. Fall into yoga postures naked. Arrive at work naked. Make political speeches without clothes on. Go swimming naked. Get married in saintly churches naked. Do not go to war naked. Do not clothe yourself with guns. Understand nakedness and clothe your mind. Do not be ashamed of breasts, penises, fat thighs. Ignore the fat cats queuing up in silk shirts, waiting to die. Dress yourself only in nakedness, a fine suit fashioned by the natural tailor of natural joy. Spend the rest of this week naked. Leave the Dodo Modern Poets April Sayers evening at the Poetry Cafe, Covent Garden, naked. Begin now by removing your wristwatch. And now I'd like to welcome Ginny Ridley back to the stage.